This EPB Classic Rerun is brought to you by Calvert and Nunn Insurance in Glasgow.
Perfect day to come out and watch these kids play. I know they'd appreciate it.
Randall, a program reminder, we have a lot of folks that listen to Money Talk with Bob Brinker that usually airs at this time. That will be heard in its entirety at 9 o'clock tonight. Very popular show. Maybe that's what you need to host. That's what we need to have Randall and Bruce host. Money Talk, since you guys have so much.
Yeah, I could probably tell a lot of people how to spend it. I've got a family, the three daughters especially, really know how to spend money. I couldn't help them too much on saving it, but now
invest in it.
Well, no, I put it in the bank and they take it out. If you call that investment,
we could have money.
Could you do that, Randall?
We could have money spend instead of money
call. Sure, your lovely wife and lovely daughter, they don't spend much of your money, do they?
Not that I know of.
My wife doesn't.
I know yours.
It's all her money.
Well, she told me that what's hers was hers and what's yours was hers.
Well, that's 1% for me then. But Money Talk, Randall and Bruce, will be heard with Bob Brinker at 9 o'clock, and that is a very, very important show. And
very informative show.
Very informative. You know, we all need to save, and there's no doubt about that.
You know, he gives some real good tips and advice on that show.
Well known.
If I just had anything to invest, I'd be doing good.
Well, Randall, what do you think about this first game between the Yellow Jackets and the Packers? I really do expect a tight one.
I think both these games are going to be close, Jim. The kids are getting out and lining up for the opening kickoff right here, and you know, they just love to come out here and play. That's the key to it.
Bruce, what's the main objective of Little League football? If there's one objective that you've seen over the years, what is it?
Well, the main thing is we try to teach fundamentals in Little League. You know, how to block, how to tackle, and I know sometimes we'll get away from that, but you know, you want to try to keep the winning part out of it. The main thing here is you want these people to learn how to play football right to begin with, so that when they do, you know, get further along in the middle school or high school, that they know what it's about.
Buchanan's kick is taken by it up back at the 40-yard line, racing to the 45, and wrapped up is Huffman at the 47-yard line. The Yellow Jackets and the Packers here. The Packers receiving the football as we start this game. The Packers with green jerseys and white pants with yellow helmets. The Yellow Jackets with yellow tops and white pants with blue helmets. And who made the stop, Randall?
I believe Mr. Matt Buchanan was in on that stop, number 44.
And the return of about 7 yards, about 12 yards, Bruce says. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Packers at their own 47-yard line as they line up out of the almost a power I set. As we have a fumble, the quarterback that time may have dropped the football, but they do recover it. And for the Packers, Wes Smith recovers the fumble. A little windy up here today, so bear with me as I handle my papers. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. That's the best excuse I could make. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Glasgow Little League football on WCLU Sports.
You need less wind or fewer papers.
Well, you know, what can I say? Boy, it was. That's right. Well, it was freezing up here Friday night. It's a beautiful day today. I'm just glad it's not as windy.
Right.
It wasn't as windy as Friday night as it was up here today. Here's Smith. He'll give the football, and Crunchy is a fullback who moves it up to about the 47-yard line. I believe that was Huffman who carried the pigskin. I don't believe he got too much as a right side of the defensive front for the Yellow Jackets, doing a good job that time. And making the stop was Mosier, and also I think number 77, Gordon Melton, helped out. Randall, it's going to be 3rd down gain of maybe a yard on that play. 3rd and 9 for the Packers at their own 47-yard line with 6:16 left in the first quarter. No score. The Packers facing a 7-man front defensively. The Packers with a split backfield and a slot back on the right side as a delayed handoff will come to Huffman, who powers his way close to midfield off right tackle, but that's about it. An outstanding job by the Yellow Jacket defense that time as they swarm in and stop Huffman after about a 2-yard gain. So it's going to be 4th and 7. And Randall, who made the stop that time for the Yellow Jackets?
John England and Matt Buchanan were in on that tackle, Jim.
Well, they've been tough against that run so far.
Sure have. Got that 7-man defensive line. Not a whole lot of passing going on in this league, and I think they're packing in there for the run.
4th and 7, they'll go for it as Smith will call the signals. Backfield split as a handoff. Trying to run around the left side is going to be, and moving to the 45-yard line is Henry Hill, number 91. And Bruce, I think he's going to be just a little bit short of the first down as he cut to the left corner and picked up pretty good yardage down to about the 45, but he had to get to the 44. And the Yellow Jackets come up with the big defensive stop.
Well, first time the Packers went outside, and Henry Hill was able to pick up about 6 right there, but he wound up a yard short, and the Yellow Jackets will take over on downs on about their 46-yard line.
No score, 5:27 left in the first quarter. Here in Glasgow Little League action on WCLU. Ty Bowes is a quarterback for the Yellow Jackets as they set up their offense. Almost looks like the wishbone set as they face an 8-man front, as Bowes will give the football to the fullback, who's got a little bit of running room at the 45, at the 40, Matt Buchanan, 35-30, 25-20, and he'll be taken down around the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. There's a big blast. Looked like Nick Maynard's running for the Glasgow Scotties as he chugged along.
Well, he packed the ball there for 33 yards. Jerry Ream, the Yellow Jackets, for years now, he's run out of the wishbone. That's what he's run out of. Ty Bowes is quarterback for him. I think this second, maybe 3rd year, he does have some experience. And like I say, they just busted lead to the fullback for a 33-yard gain right there.
I think Ty would like to throw the fastball as hard as his older brother, Matt.
Well, he's the way he's growing. He's going to be as big as his brother Matt.
Yellow Jackets at the 20. Here's a handoff. A little bit of running room as fumbling the football at the 18, and the Packers have it as the ball slipped loose from John England. And just like that, Randall, big defensive play for the Packers as the Yellow Jackets were rolling, but they lose the football. And who got the recovery?
Fumble recovered by number 59, Steve Murray.
And boy, we see fumbles kill drives. Scotty's had 4 turnovers Friday night. Fortunately for Glasgow, Bruce, it didn't cost them the game.
Well, you know, Coach Eubanks hoping something that's they got out of the system Friday night. You know, important game next Friday night. But as you said, Yellow Jackets bust a 33-yard gain on the first play of scrimmage, and then turn the ball over, and the Packers are back in business on about the 16.
Wes Smith out of the power I. He'll give the football, and the right halfback got nothing as the left side of the defensive front for the Yellow Jackets swarmed in, and nothing. I think it was Hill who carried that football, wasn't it, for the Packers? Might have been Hill or Huffman. We'll have to get that official indication of Bruce, as several folks made the stop. Josh Martin leading the way for the Yellow Jackets. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11 for the Packers at their own 17-yard line. I believe Hill carried that football. Henry Hill dropped for a loss of a yard. Yellow Jackets at a 6-man front as Smith will make the quick pitch to Huffman. Huffman cuts outside at the 20. Huffman has it at the 25. Well, a little bit short of the 25, but as he swept right, he did an outstanding job of picking up yardage, and he may have the first down. He'll be short. As I was looking at the opposite marker, he picked up 6. It's going to be 3rd down and 5, and the football resting around the 23. It's very difficult on this sunny day to see those lines, particularly inside the 30, and he's at the 23 right now, Randall, as Shane Rump made the stop for the Yellow Jackets.
I think
I got to make some kind of excuse.
I think the Packers are going to try to go outside here a little bit, Jim. They're having a little bit of success, but Rump, they pitched to Huffman right there, and he got absolutely nothing. As number 88, Matt Fields, came out there and closed the end off and brought him down there for looks like about a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 9. Boys, a defensive coordinator, you love to see that. And, you know, the Scotties have had some success getting folks like Brandon Chambers out there to string out guys that tried the toss sweep. I know Allen tried that a couple of times, and Chambers chased them down Friday night.
Well, like you say, and the defensive end right there, and, of course, you bring your strong safety to the wide side of the field, but the defensive end, Fields made a super play right there and threw him for a 5-yard loss.
Here on the quarterback keepers, Wes Smith. Smith breaks one tackle, breaks another, moves the football near the 20-yard line, but he'll be far short of the first down, and the Yellow Jackets hold, and they'll get outstanding field position. He stopped after a gain of about 3, and making the stop, Randall, was Ryan Mosier. That's his 2nd of the football game. So the Yellow Jackets take over. 1st and 10 at the Packer 19-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets in outstanding field position. They dropped the football a few moments ago. That killed a scoring drive. There's a minute and a half left in the first quarter. No score. As Ty Bowes with the wishbone set behind him. A 7-man front. as Bowes will give the football to the big fullback and rambling his way down to about the 16-yard line. I believe a face mask is going to be called on the Packers, but Matt Buchanan carried it down to about the 16 and then tack on more yardage. Face mask, grabbing the face mask is a call against the Packers. So the Yellow Jackets move even deeper as a stop was made for the Packers. The Packers making the stop, and that is Josh Kingery, but I think Josh might have gotten him by the face mask, and that's a 5-yard penalty. So that will move it down to around the 10-yard line, and it's going to be first. Is it inside the 10?
Inside the 10, so we'll have
first and goal.
First and goal. They cannot make a first down right here, Jim.
First and goal for the Yellow Jackets. Trying to get on the board is Bowes with the handoff. Left halfback scurries his way down to about the 7-yard line. He's carrying the pigskin that time. Is going to be Shane Rump for the Yellow Jackets. Came from that left halfback position and moved it down to about the 7. It's pickup of about 3 as it's down near the 5-yard line. Again, it's very difficult from our vantage point to really see where the ball is in that particular part of the field because of the sunshine. Jeremy Green with the stop. They wind the clock here with a minute 13 left in the first quarter. Bowes sets the ball club down. Yellow Jackets trying to get on the board. Bowes with the handoff, moving his way down. Will he score as he carries tacklers down to about the 1-yard line? It's going to be the big fullback, Matt Buchanan. And he neared that goal line, but he was stopped just shy. And a nice defensive play by Tristan Huffman, number 44 that time. But he's about 1.5 yards short of the first down, so it's a pickup of about 4. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Big defensive opportunity for the Packers right here, Randall.
Big play right here, Jim. Of course, we're in 4-down territory right here, so
that's true.
If they don't make it, they're going to go.
They got two shots at it. Bowes will give the football here on the misdirection handoff, and down to the 1-yard line, stopped just shy of the goal line, is going to be, I believe, John England carried that football, and he was stopped short. Boy, that was a great defensive play that time by Steve Murray. Beautiful defensive stop, and boy, we're right down to the nitty-gritty, Bruce. 4th and goal at the half-yard line.
Well, they run a counter trap right there out of the wishbone set, and looked like there was a hole there, and the linebacker fielded well and was able to keep him out of the end zone.
5 seconds left. I don't know if they'll get the playoff before the first quarter comes to a close. The first quarter comes to a close. They'll get the playoff, though. And rambling his way, Buchanan. Does he score? Does he carry the tacklers in? Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. And they lead by a score of 6-0. Boy, it was an easy, great second effort from Matt Buchanan that time.
That's tough right there with these Little League players. The horn sounded off, and they sort of stopped for a second, and then they took off and started running the play, and it was a little confusion to him, but he was able to punch the pigskin in.
To the Packers' credit, they made him earn it, didn't they, Randall?
They sure did. They took a pretty good second effort right there for him to get in, Jim, but he did a good job right there and got in the end zone.
Now they'll go for the conversion is on the handoff, trying to slip outside, and he'll score as Rump with too much speed as he raced around the left quarter, got a little reverse handoff, and boy, Rump's got some speed, doesn't he?
Did a good job right there and got outside the defensive end right there and just went to the corner of the end zone, and that makes the score Yellow Jackets 7, Packers 0.
We'll be back in 1 minute. The first quarter's come to a close. Back in 1 minute on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
A couple of things are very, very important in the concrete business. One is promptness, and 2 is quality. Square Deal Lumber Company has both mastered, let me tell you. Let's talk about promptness for a moment. How many times have you paid by the hour to have a construction crew waiting for a concrete truck to arrive, or maybe some sort of a long delay in the middle of the job? Well, since Square Deal Lumber Company has plants in Horse Cave and in Glasgow with enough trucks to assure prompt delivery for your job, you're going to cut that wait way down when you deal with Square Deal. Quality is important too, you know, and Square Deal uses proven mix designs with plenty of what it takes for long-lasting concrete with consistent quality, load after load after load. For over 40 years, Square Deal Lumber Company has been in the ready-mix concrete business. Give them a call, tell them where you need that load to go, and they'll be there very promptly. That's Square Deal Lumber Company for all of your concrete ready-mix needs.
Yellow Jackets set to kick off. Here's the kick. It's going to be taken. Let's see if Hill picks it up. Hill will at the 40-yard line. Hill races outside at the 45. Finally upended around the 48-yard line. It was a nice kickoff that time by Jamie Frazier of the Yellow Jackets. Packers will have it in good field position, 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Randall, want to congratulate as Matt Fields made the stop, want to congratulate the Scotty Band. They have qualified for the Sweet 16 next week at Versailles, and hopefully they'll get to the Final Four at Eastern Kentucky University. And we're going to talk a lot more about it at halftime, but I do want to congratulate them.
Thank you, Jim. Good effort by the Scotty Band last night. Like you say, that was the main objective, to qualify for the state finals, and they have.
Here's a pitch to Huffman. Races outside at the 50 on the toss sweep. Has it near the Packer, or near the Yellow Jacket 45. A nice run that time from Tristan Huffman. You know, Huffman's a pretty big kid, Bruce, and he runs the football well. Got a toss sweep from Wes Smith that time and cut to the right and picked up about 6 or 7 yards before he was taken down by Shane Rump.
Picked up 7 there, got on the outside, and, made a cutback, made a real good cut. And like you say, Tristan, he pretty good sized young man, but did make a good cut right there and packed the ball down to the 46 for a 7-yard gain.
2nd and 3 as the Yellow Jackets move to your left in the second quarter. The Packers to your right. Packers with a split backfield as a handoff will come to Hill. Hill's got a hole. Hill races at the 45. Hill's got it at the 40. Hill at the 35. Bowles will chase him down. Henry Hill with the first down for the Packers. Gain of about 11 yards, and Hill's got some speed. I want to congratulate Glasgow's 7th grade team. Randall, they ended their season undefeated. Talked with Stephen Murphy yesterday on Ask the Coach. And the 8th graders finished 4-4, got a big win against Evans and Caddy. Only one team scored on the 7th graders.
Yeah, it's 2 good seasons by the 7th and 8th graders right there, Jim, and that's the immediate future for the Glasgow Scotties, and Coach Murphy and Coach Polson doing a good job with those kids down there in the middle school.
They may have the best group of running backs in the 7th grade that Glasgow's had maybe in 10 years, and a lot of people are looking forward to those young men getting to high school.
Bruce Wes Smith on a quarterback sneak. Sneak moves it inside the 34 down to about the 32-yard line, a gain of about 3. Actually, this particular series began at the 35, so a gain of 3, 2nd and 7, and Gordon Melton made the stop for the Yellow Jackets. Now, did he get all his ability from Skip Melton?
I think he got most of it from Charlene.
Well, that's what I thought. 2nd and 7.
His mental ability, anyway.
Backfield is split behind Smith. As Smith will give the football to Huffman. Huffman has stood up after he raced for maybe 2.5 yards down to the 29.5. And boy, he was stuck hard that time. Who got him?
That's Mr. Gordon Melton. Once again, he's doing a good job right there.
Gordon reminded me of J.D. Depp, the way he stuck Andre Jackson on one play last Friday night.
Well, Gordon's a first-year player. Gordon had played flag football, and Gordon's a pretty good size, young man for his age. And Gordon, a first-year player, and a real good stick right there by Gordon Melton.
3rd down at about 5 for the Packers. Just inside the Yellow Jacket 30-yard line. 4:38 left in the first half. It's 7-0. Yellow Jackets on top.
We'll have to give Skip a little credit. He brought him to the game.
Oh, okay. Here's a handoff as Huffman. He got nothing, Randall. And they were almost in the backfield as soon as Wes Smith handed the football to Tristan Huffman. And he got nothing on that play. And it's going to be a big 4th down, maybe a loss of a yard, Bruce, or certainly no gain on the play.
No, we'll give him no gain right there. And, I mean, he hit in right there in the middle of the line. The Yellow Jackets were able just to, they stop it up. And they just, like, as you said, no gain on the play. So we're going to have a 4th down and about 5 for the Packers. And they're probably needing a 1st down right here because they turn the ball over. The way the clock runs in Little League, they may not see it again this half.
4th and 5. As on the delayed handoff, here comes Henry Hill. Looks for an opening. Hill breaks one tackle, but not the second one. So he got it maybe to the 29 on the left side, but they'll be stopped short of the 1st down. And Jerry Ream's defense comes up big right here, leading 7-0. And they'll get the football 1st and 10 around the 30. Who made that stop, Randall?
I think Ty Bowles was in on that one, Jim, but they did do a good job on defense right there. They've held the Packers once again, and the Packers were marching a little bit right there. That's their best offensive effort of the game so far. Moved the ball down, but they had to turn it over to the Yellow Jackets.
Here come the Yellow Jackets, split backfield. behind Bowes, facing an 8-man front as Bowes on the misdirection handoff gives it to Rump. Rump cuts outside. Rump's got it at the 35-yard line. Rump will be forced out of bounds around the 40, and a nice stop made by Huffman that time as he chased Shane down, but Shane picked up about 11 yards, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
He got to the outside, and like you say, picked up 11, able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. So the Yellow Jackets are 60 yards away from here, putting on another score. Got right at 3 minutes to do it.
Yellow Jackets lead the Packers 7-0. Championship game after this one, the Redskins and the Hornets. Packers with an 8-man front. Yellow Jackets 1st and 10 with Ty Bowes calling the signals. Bowes looks like he'll try to keep the football, but he'll go nowhere. Did Huffman get him? No, it wasn't Huffman. It was another one for the Packers.
It's Henry Hill, number 91.
Well, Hill's got good speed. No gain on the play. That was a quarterback keeper as he rolled down the right side of his offensive run. At first, I thought it might be an option, but I believe it was a quarterback keeper all the way, and Hill just brought him down for no gain. 2nd and 10 with 2:15 left in the first half.
Good job by Henry Hill right there. Ty, like you say, it was a quarterback keeper, and Henry Hill played it well out on that left side and brought him down.
Out of that wishbone set is Bowes. Quick pitch comes to England. England tries to cut outside, breaks one tackle, carries tacklers up to about the 42, but that's about it. And a good job of containment by the Packers as they strung John England out, and he got the quick toss sweep to the right, gained maybe a yard, but they strung it out well, and Josh Kingery made the tackle.
A tough yard right there for John England, and it's going to be 3rd and 9, and the Yellow Jackets, I'm sort of surprised right here the Packers haven't used a timeout, on 3rd down, maybe using a timeout if they can hold here to try to, score before the half ends.
Out of that wishbone set with Bowes leading the way. Packers in an 8-man front defensively as Bowes will give the football to Buchanan. He's got some running room as he searches for room, moves it to the 45-yard line, but he's still about 5 yards short of the first down with a minute 10 left. And let's see if they do use a timeout, as Bruce alluded to a moment ago. Huffman makes the stop. Clock continues to roll with a minute 5 left, and now timeout is called for.
Yeah, I wondered right there, and Coach Larry Davis, Holland Strange's assistant, was signaling to his team right there to, get the timeout with 4th down. If they can hold right here with the change of possession. We did last year inside the last 2 minutes. I don't know whether they're still doing that or not with the change of possession. They'll stop the clock and set the chain and then roll it again. That will give them time, to get back on the ball and maybe get a play or two in, and they will have a timeout remaining.
We will hold it here. And Randall, I want to thank Jerry Ream and all the coaches for providing us with depth charts and rosters. With that, the help of the Glasgow Little League and Jay Brewer and good folks providing us with refreshments. And we really, every time we do a football, basketball, or baseball championship, the Little League welcomes us with open arms, and we appreciate them asking us to do these games. It's always a lot of fun, and we're just having a good time, and the Glasgow Little League is an outstanding program.
Outstanding program, Jim, and they always treat us, as well as anybody could be treated, and we enjoy doing the games, and really helps, like Jerry Ream, getting us all this information and all the coaches. We really appreciate it.
4th and 5 for the Yellow Jackets. As Bowes will give the football. Here's Rump. Rump works his way short of the first down up to about the 49-yard line. Now the clock stopped. Let's see. Well, it continues to roll. Now they stop it with 50 seconds to go. Oh, they called their last timeout. So let's take this 1-minute break. Back in 1 minute, Packers will have the football, trailing 7-0. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Back in 1 minute on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
There are banks, and there's South Central Bank, and there is a difference. At South Central Bank, we've seen the erosion of personal hometown banking over the last several years. Improved technology is great, and there's nothing wrong with a bank growing, as long as you don't lose sight of the customers that got you where you are in the first place. That's why at South Central Bank, we judge our growth by our improved customer services, like the fact that our mortgage department is open Tuesday nights until 7 p.m. so that families can can get right up from the kitchen table and bring those dreams and ideas to us for discussion. Part of the reason why South Central Bank handles more home mortgages than any other bank in this area. Our wide variety of checking accounts, custom tailored for everyone from seniors to students, and our aggressive savings programs that consistently have paid the highest rates around. At South Central Bank, we don't want our customers to brag how big we are, but how good we are. There is a difference at South Central Bank. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
All right, Randall, the Packers have the football, 1st and 10 at the Yellow Jackets' 48-yard line. They're out of timeouts as Wes Smith will call the signals. Backfield split. Yellow Jackets at a 5-man front as Buchanan may try the little halfback pass. He's circling back at the 40-yard line. Here's a pass. It is going to be incomplete as it hit Rump and then Henry Hill and bounced away at the 40-yard line.
I tell you what, right there, Jim, if Huffman could have gotten that ball just a little bit further, Henry Hill was behind his man.
That's right.
And I'd say if he caught
You're
it,
exactly
he
right.
might have been gone.
Well, I was wrong on my prediction about Kentucky and Georgia, I'm sorry to say.
I'm sure you're sorry, all right. Excuse me.
Well, most people will agree with you on that, Randall. Well, Kentucky just didn't have any offense. That's the bottom line. And Georgia's decimated with injuries.
Well, you know, like you say, I read there in the Courier, I watched part of it and listened to it, and it said that watching that football game yesterday is sort of like watching grass grow. You know what's happening, but you don't see it.
That seems to happen a lot with Kentucky football.
Well, I think that hurt them a little bit, Randall. They could have won that game.
I really thought after the LSU game that, you know, they had a little momentum going right there, and Georgia had quite a few injuries. And I think they felt like they had a pretty good chance to win the ball game, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Here's a quick handoff to Huffman as he slides down to the 46. But the clock is a big factor here. He picked up a couple of yards. There's only 31 seconds to go. 3rd and 8. And the Packers are going to have to hit a long play right here with 25 seconds to go. 7-0 Yellow Jackets with the lead. Good ball game here. We've got a great one coming up after this as a championship will be decided between the Redskins and the Hornets. 15 seconds to go, and I'm not sure the Packers are going to get a playoff. Randall and Bruce with 10 seconds. Clock's rolling down to 8. They break from the huddle. Clock continues to roll with 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Here's Smith. 1 second to go. They get the play off as Smith will drop back to pass. Here's a throw. It is complete to Huffman. Huffman breaks one tackle, but he's taken down at the 40-yard line. Still a nice pass play that time. Completion of about 6 or 7 yards.
About a 8-yard pass right there, but, you know, the time ran out on him. He wasn't able to break it in the half ends right here with the Yellow Jackets leading 7-0.
You think Carol Lou Royce is going to give us some of her popcorn with that cheese there, Randall?
Well,
you going to give us some, Carol Lou?
Looks like she's guarding it pretty close.
What's that now? Come here. What kind of shirt you got on there, Carol Lou?
Cubs.
Cubs.
But I'm really for the Niners, the Jackets, and the Scotties.
The 49ers, the Jackets, and the Scotties. What do you think about that? She's got it all wrapped up. Hey, come here, Carol Lou.
Carol Lou, don't get too close to Jim. He's trying to get some of your popcorn.
Let me ask you this. Are you a Tennessee fan?
No, they stink.
Oh, oh me. Well, I'll get her straightened out.
I'll buy her some popcorn next week.
The score at halftime. The Yellow Jackets 7 and the Packers nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Now on video, While You Were Sleeping, the hit comedy WOR-TV New York calls a winner that takes its place next to Pretty Woman and Sleepless in Seattle. And it's on video at Cinema to Go. Sexy Sandra Bullock finds herself unwittingly engaged to the handsome man of her dreams, only to discover her perfect match is his charming brother. It's at Cinema to Go. Sandra Bullock stars in While You Were Sleeping from Hollywood Pictures Home Video, rated PG, parental guidance suggested. Rent all the fun today at Cinema to Go in the Southgate Plaza in Glasgow. We flip a switch and the lights come on. Milk for your cereal is cold. Your home is warm. We simply turn on the radio or TV to find out what's happening around the world. Electricity makes our lives easier in so many ways. The Glasgow Electric Plan Board is always looking for ways for their customers. Now it can be even a little easier to make your payment. automatic bank draft takes the amount of your monthly bill directly from your checking account, so you don't even have to write a check. The plant board even accepts Visa and MasterCard for payment. If you'd like more information on these payment options, call the EPB at 651-8341 anytime.
14 carry to go, WCLU. Let me mention the cheerleaders, Randall, for the Yellow Jackets and the Packers. For the Yellow Jackets, the cheerleaders, the sponsor is Connie Vaughn. Cheerleaders include Stephanie Vaughn, Gina Violet, Whitney Bowes, Lindsey Brown, Courtney Pruitt, Chastity Hampton, Emily Bishop, Andrea Price, and Catherine Vick. For the Packers, the sponsors Lisa Houchins, Shelley Jennings. Let me mention the cheerleaders, Ashley Houchins, Lindsey Franklin, Bailey Schick, Amanda Bowes, Ashley York, Tasha Glass, and Christy Slayton. And these cheerleaders do a good job.
They sure do a good job, Jim, and they're out there. Some of them are out there right now leading cheers at halftime, and they're always leading cheers for their team, no matter what the score is or what the weather is or whatever. They're always out here supporting their teams.
Randall, before we talk with Bruce about the first half, tell me a little more about the Scotty Band, and we've got some different events coming up, and we're going to charter a bus. So tell me about what's coming up this week as we get ready for the Sweet 16.
Well, this is a big week for the Scotty Band, Jim. They're going Saturday morning. They'll be competing in the state, I guess you might call it semifinals at Winchester, Kentucky. They perform at 10:45 Winchester time, which is 9:45 Glasgow time, and there'll be 15 other bands, 16 bands total, vying for 4 final places, which will be at Eastern Kentucky University, Richmond, Kentucky, on Saturday night. And, you know, it's been a good year for the Scotty Band. They've had quite a few grand champion contests this year. They've done an excellent job all year long, and it's going to be a big week for them. They're going to charter buses for the band Friday. I think they're going to leave about 1 o'clock Friday afternoon. They're going to go up and get some practice at a field there in either Lexington or Winchester Friday night, and they're going to spend the night in Winchester on Friday night, and then get up early Saturday morning, I think, and go to Shoney's and have a good meal and get ready to perform at 10:45. There's been one bus already filled with parents and friends of the band, a chartered bus, and they're trying to get another one together right now. I think it's about half full, and I think you'll have a little bit more about this on the news in the morning, but if anybody out there is interested in riding a chartered bus to Winchester and then on to Eastern Kentucky University, if Glasgow's fortunate enough to make the Final Four, you need to call Christy Mansfield. And Jim, I'll let you give her. I'll give you her number in the morning. I've forgotten what it is right now, but need to notify Christy Mansfield. It's $25, and that'll be for the trip up there and the round trip on the bus. But it should be a good trip.
Look at the first half stats here real quick. The Yellow Jackets leading this ball game 7-0 on a 1-yard run by Matt Buchanan as time expired at the end of the first quarter. Shane Rump was able to tack on the extra point, and that gave us our halftime score of 7-0. Looking at what little stats we kept today, first downs, the Packers were able to pick up 1. The Yellow Jackets had 3. The Packers were penalized once for 5 yards. Individually, Wes Smith carried the ball 3 times for 6. Tristan Hubman had 8 carries for 16 yards, and Henry Hill 4 carries for 17 yards. In passing, Wes Smith was 1 for 1. That was 8 yards to Tristan Hubman, and Tristan Hubman was 0 for 1. For the Yellow Jackets, Ty Bowes had 1 carry for no gain. Matt Buchanan, carrying the load for the Yellow Jackets here in the first half, had 5 carries for 45 yards. John England, 2 carries for 1 yard, and Shane Rump, 3 carries for 18 yards. So that wraps up our halftime stats, and we'll get it back to you, Jim. We're ready to start the second half.
Thank you, Bruce and Randall. And the Packers will kick off to the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets move to your right in the third quarter, and the Packers to your left. As here's a kick, a short one that is going to be taken by it up back at the 41-yard line, and wrapped up at about the 42 is going to be Brandon Burge for the Yellow Jackets, and somebody hit him pretty hard that time, Randall. It's got to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, and they'll start this drive at their own 41-yard line.
I believe that was Mr. Tristan Huffman, number 44.
Tell you what, he delivers an impact hit, doesn't he?
pretty good-sized young man, Jim.
Who's
like
Jerry?
You say, when he hits somebody, they know it.
Who's Jerry Ream look like down there on the sideline? You think it's Joe Paterno, or let's see, who else? John Robinson or Lou Holtz?
If he had white hair, he sort of reminds me of a Howard Snellenberger.
Here's the handoff from Bowes, gives it to Buchanan. Buchanan lost the football, Randall. There's a scramble for it back at the 40-yard line. They go for it, and let's see who's got it. The Yellow Jackets lose possession as the Packers recover it. Howard Schnellenberger.
I believe that
needs a pipe.
That's right.
I believe that was number 45, Andrew Webb, on that fumble recovery right there. I want to get away from Howard Schnellenberger.
Well, that was a good hit. So right now, first big break of the second half goes to the Packers. They trail 7-0, but they've got the football at the Yellow Jackets' 40-yard line with 6:43 left in the third quarter.
Packers might have a little momentum right here, Jim. They've had a little momentum right there at the end of the first half and moved the ball on a couple of pass plays, and we'll see how they react right here to that fumble recovery.
Here's Huffman. He's got some room at the 40-yard line, moves past the 35 down to about the 34-yard line off right tackle, picks up good yardage on first down before he's brought down by several Yellow Jackets, but he picks up about six or what would you say? Picked up about 6-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Ball at the 33-yard line, and several Yellow Jackets made the stop that time. Randall, led by,
I think Mr. Matt Buchanan was in on that one, and number 10 Ryan Mosier.
Here come the Packers. Set out of the split backfield, maybe running out of the veer. The Yellow Jackets with 7 men at the line of scrimmage, as Smith will give the football to Hill. Oh, he dropped it, Randall, and the Yellow Jackets may have it back at the 35-yard line. They do. So the Yellow Jackets get it back, and the Packers waste a golden opportunity.
I think number 10, Ryan Mosier, recovered that ball for the Yellow Jackets, and just like that, Jim, we thought the Packers might have a little momentum, and just like that, they fumble, and it goes back to the Yellow Jackets.
No, I'm not sure who got that. They just gave the ball back to him. Looked like they had something going, and as you said, a fumble right there. I don't know whether it was just a bad exchange or what. Henry Hill never really seemed to have the ball, and they turn it back over, and that was the first turnover for the Packers.
Here come the Yellow Jackets as Bowes on the handoff to rump the second man through. He got nothing, as he was met by the right side of the Packers defensive front. And an outstanding job that time by Jeremy Green, number 32 for the Packers. Tell you what, I've been really impressed with the way these teams hit, Randall. They really go after you on defense. I'm very impressed.
Two hard-hitting ball players.
They are.
Like
yes,
you
sir.
say, when you go into that line, you better be ready to be hit, or you're going to cough the ball up or go down hard.
We've seen that happen today.
Sure
no
have.
doubt about it.
I think we're going to continue to see it happen.
Second, maybe a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 as Bowes will give the football. A little bit of running room for England as he scurries up to the 39-yard line off right tackle, but they're having to earn their yardage this afternoon. There's 4:20 left in the third quarter, with the Yellow Jackets leading the Packers by a score of 7-0. Timeout on the field. Timeout called for by the Yellow Jackets on 3rd down and about 7. About a yard pickup, 2-yard pickup that time.
That's the Yellow Jackets' first time out of the second half, and I guess Coach Ream Snellenberger there, is trying to strive, how important with the, the turnover, the field position is right here, and, wanting his team to pick up a first down. So, as I said, Jerry runs out of the wishbone most of the time. He split the bone a few times a day and ran a reverse off of it. So we may be seeing a little misdirection play right here from the Yellow Jackets.
Program reminder once again, Bob Brinker, who of course you normally hear with Moneyline on Sunday afternoons at 3 o'clock. We will have his program in its entirety at 9 o'clock this evening on WCLU. On Friday night at 5:50, Coach's Quarter will lead up to a big football battle for the Glasgow Scotties as they will play Monroe County. And if the Scotties can win, they'll have a first-round game in the state of playoffs here at Hank Roy Stadium.
Biggest game of the year so far for the Scotties, Jim, and they've been playing well the last few games, and we'll see how things develop Friday night.
3rd down and 6 as Bowes on the quick pitch. Here's England, tries to cut outside, and he is dropped for a loss back at the 37-yard line. Outstanding job of defense containing that sweep, that toss sweep to the right, and the Packers with several guys in there led by Josh Kingery. That sets up 4th down and about 7 yards to go. for the Yellow Jackets at their own 38-yard line.
My goodness, Jim Moody, I want you to look here what they brought you.
Well, they just brought us all kinds of stuff up here. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Elmore. How did Little League's basketball sign-up go this week?
Went good. We're adding one team in the NBA and one team in the ABA, so we had a real good turnout.
Thank you, sir. We'll be there in February for a big championship Sunday. Here's a handoff, and rambling up the middle to about the 41-yard line is going to be, I believe it was Buchanan. Did Buchanan carry that?
Yeah, Buchanan ran through the middle of the line right there for about a 2-yard gain, but that was on 4th down, and that'll turn the ball back over to the Packers. Tristan Huffman met him head on right there after about a 2-yard gain and was able to stop him right there, and the Packers take over on the 40-yard line.
So, Randall, they've got another opportunity right here, 1st and 10 at the Yellow Jacket 40.
They've had the ball right here in Yellow Jacket territory the last couple of times, and we'll see what they can do with it this time.
Here come the Packers, 1st and 10 with Smith. He's got a wide out on the right side. The backfield is split. Here comes the toss sweep to Huffman. Huffman tries to cut outside, breaks one tackle, but backs up at the 50-yard line, cuts away from one tackler, has it at the 40 or 41, and he ran out of real estate. He did a good job not to be pinned back for about a 10-yard loss that time. So he had to back up. He's being pushed back, and he got it to the 42, which is actually going to be a loss of about 1.5 yards, but it could have been a whole lot worse, and somebody forced him outside. Was it Bowes that time?
Bowes.
Really, it was more than Bowes. There were 3 or 4 defenders
and
back
Ryan
there.
Mosier were the main ones over there, but Mr. Huffman sure did do a lot of running right there, not to get any more yardage than he did.
Matt Fields was able to, he got a hand on looked like on his jersey right there around the neck, and looked like he was going to, throw him, as Jim said, for a 10-yard loss, and he was able to spin and get loose of that, and he, like you say, he did not make it back to the line of scrimmage, but they hand it to him up the middle, and he picks up 1, and so that's going to make it 3rd down and 10 for the Pack.
Tell you what, these defensive lines for both teams impressed me. I saw Bowes there at the bottom of the pile for that stop. And the line play's really been good. They've been going at it hard. Now, there's certain weight limits in Little League football.
Yes, there is. Well, they have a point system. You add your height and weight, and I believe it's 170 pounds. If you're over 170 points, if you top that point limit, you're not able to. You have to play the interior line.
3rd and 12 for the Packers. Here comes on the double reverse. Huffman will give the football to the halfback, who cuts outside at the 40, at the 35. And down to about the 31-yard line. A little bit short of the 1st down by about 1 yard, but a nice run that time from Eric Abner on the double reverse. And that was his first carry. Good pickup as he got about, 8 yards? 8 or 9 yards?
About an 8 or 9 yard carry right there, Jim. And, with this, the type defense they're playing, because they don't pass much and 7, 8 people on the line, if you can get a misdirection play and get the team going the other way, Mr. Abner, only used about 3/4 of the field right there, and he looked like he had pretty good speed. If he had gone on and maybe, come all the way to the sideline, he might have broken that and gone all the way.
Big play right here, 4th and 2 for the Packers at the Yellow Jacket 32-yard line on the quarterback sneak. He'll be close to the 1st down. It depends on the spot. I think he may be short. Smith on the quarterback sneak. He'll be close, Randall. They may have to ask for a measurement right here. I think he's short based on where I see the stick. We'll have to wait for Carl Bush. He'll ask for the official indication. My prediction is that he's short. Let's see if I'm 0 for 1 or 1 for 1. On the afternoon.
If he's short, it just is short. You can see the back chain over there is about 6 inches. It looks to be 6 to 8 inches behind the 40-yard line, and the ball is probably what looks to be about a foot short of the line. So it's probably going to be, like you say, 4 to 6 inches short.
I'll go ahead and make my prediction on Kentucky's game next week. I think the Cats are going to bounce back and win by 6 against Mississippi State.
Well, let's hope
so. You hadn't said that.
Let's hope so. They had an opportunity to finish out, well, as you said, it's 4 to 6 inches short, and the Yellow Jackets are going to take over right here.
Well, that's maybe a biggest play in this game.
Well, that is, because, with 24 seconds, that's going to put us, they're going to have the ball going into the 4th quarter. And
just may get one more possession, right?
That's true. And if the Yellow Jackets sustain a drive, in Little League, I've seen a team, if you can take the ball on about the 30-yard line where they have it right now and just drive out 3 or 4 yards and keep getting 1st downs, you can run a whole quarter out.
So, Randall, that was a big defensive play. Who made that stop for the Yellow Jackets, sir?
I believe Ty Bowles was in there on that one.
We're talking, you just said, about 3 or 4 inches from a first down.
That's cutting it pretty close.
Here come the Yellow Jackets as England will get the handoff from Bowles. England's got good yardage past the 35 up to the 38-yard line off right tackle. And the third quarter will come to a close. Making the stop is Huffman for the Packers. That's the end of the third quarter. It's 7-0, the Yellow Jackets leading the Packers. Back in 1 minute on 14 Karat Gold Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Driveway sealing is an important maintenance concern for driveways and parking lots of all sizes. Did you know that you can have your driveway sealed by professionals? The paving professionals at Glass Paving. Yes, Glass Paving knows the paving business, and they believe that driveway sealing is so important that they have a crew that does nothing but driveway sealing this time of year. Asphalt by nature is porous. That means water can seep through the paving. Grease, oil, and antifreeze can soften and break up the pavement surface. In short, shortening the life of your blacktop unless you protect it. Have it sealed by the people who know paving. Glass Paving. You can call right now for a free estimate at 651-6645. That's 651-6645. A small investment to protect your larger investment. Driveway sealing from the paving professionals at Glass Paving of Glasgow.
How about the Braves beating the Indians 3-2, and Greg Maddox and Hershiser had a good pitching performance. We'll talk about that in just a second, Randall. It's 2nd down and 2 as Bowles will give the football, and here comes Buchanan. He breaks one tackle past the 45, still on his feet, and finally down to about the 49-yard line, and Matt running that ball hard off right tackle, and they've got a first down. The Yellow Jackets do. As we begin the fourth quarter, Chris Bradham makes a stop for the Packers. Gain, though, of about 11 yards, 1st and 10 for old Maddox. And Hershiser pitched well, too. Just a matter of McGriff's home run and a few walks by Hershiser and Ossenmacher in the 7th inning, Randall.
Yeah, and I think Braves squeezed a run in there on the third run, but, you know, 2 good pitchers right there, and Mr. Maddox was just about practically flawless from what I understood.
Amazing.
I didn't get to see the game, but I watched
his
on
mechanics.
the news, and they said he just tremendous amount of strikes in relation to his pitches.
Here's a run for the Yellow Jackets as Bowles will give the football to Josh Martin, who scurries past midfield down to about the 48 or 47-yard line of the Packers. And what Bruce talked about becoming a factor, 6:56 left in this game as Tristan Huffman makes a stop. And the Packers want to come up with a stop right here, because if the Yellow Jackets were able to get first down here, have 4 more downs, that would move a whole lot of time off the clock.
Well, you know, if they make a first down here, probably the earliest the Packers are going to be looking at getting the ball back is with 4 minutes. And, you know, with the running game, it's tough to run 40 or 50 yards in 4 minutes at 3 or 4 yards at a time. Buchanan
runs into a pile at the 46.5-yard line off right tackle. Good job that time by the left side of the Packer defensive front. There's 6:20 left in this game. Yellow Jackets 7, Packers nothing. Yellow Jackets with the football at the 46-yard line of the Packers. 3rd down and about 6 as Andrew Webb makes the stop. So defensively, 2 very big downs right here for the Packers. They've got to have the stop.
They need to make,
if they want to come back.
Need to make 2 stops right here to hold them, Jim, and then try to get the ball back and get something going, because time is becoming a factor right here.
Bowles will give the football and scurrying past the 40, at the 35-30, 25-20. John England at the 15, at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Beautiful run by England, and got some good blocking on the right side of that offensive front by Frazier and Melton and Royce. And the Yellow Jackets lead 14-0.
That's just like Bruce.
I'm sorry, 13-0.
Just like Bruce got through saying right there. If you can get somebody through that first line of defense, whether it be up the middle or around the end, if you get somebody out there ahead of everybody else, if he's got any speed at all, he can break it all the way, and that's just exactly what happened.
I believe the Yellow Jackets are looking for their first win of the season. Now, I may be wrong on that, but both of these teams have struggled a little bit. Here's the 2-point try. It's no good. And the Yellow Jackets lead by a score of 13-0. Back in 1 minute on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Leaves of amber and crimson hung in the trees that autumn day as the two guys embarked on a day of football watching and eating. Eating at McDonald's, the Golden Arches.
Hey, 2 for $2 quarter pounders with cheese there, Henry Hungry.
Oh, just call me Bobby Beef.
McDonald's famous 2 for $2 conversion. 2 taste-tempting beefy quarter pounder with cheese sandwiches for only $2. Or 2 morning fresh sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches for only $2. The two guys stepped into the glistening McDonald's, brimming with confidence.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. May I help you, please?
Oh, you bet you can, Polly Polite.
Inches from eating, havoc erupted.
Oh, Jerry, I forgot my wallet.
Oh, no, I did too, Arnie Amnesia.
Just as it looked like things would slip from their hungry grasps.
Oh, wait, I found some money in my jacket, Jerry.
Sergeant saved the day.
Victory for the Hungry Warriors. And a legendary comeback in the annals of the two guys' history.
Have you had your drink today?
Ask for details. Prices and participation may vary. For a limited time.
Frazier will kick off for the Yellow Jackets as they lead by a score of 13-0. 5:40 left in this game. The Packers and the Yellow Jackets, the first of 2 on 14 karat gold. Here's Frazier's kick. Oh, it's going to be fumbled, and the Frazier's going to fall on it as it hit a Packer at midfield, and I think Frazier recovered it. Or let's see. No, did the Packers recover it? I guess they did. 59 got it back, and that's Steve Murray. Well, I thought Jamie was going to get that football, but he didn't. So Steve did a good job. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line, and the Packers are going to have to score to hurry right here, trailing 13-0. Clock moves with 5:15 left in this game. I mean, it's going to be tough, Bruce, but we've seen crazy things happen.
Well, it is. I mean, you know, they could score here on the first play. Anything could happen. There was a situation right there where, you know, the Packers are probably lucky to have the ball back where it does bounce off one of their linemen back toward the Yellow Jackets. But, well, they fumbled the snap right there. And
there's another fumble, but I believe Huffman got it back on the toss sweep.
Tristan, I believe, dribbled that one about twice and was able to pick it back up for about a 2-yard loss.
2nd and 12. And turnovers have been key in this game, but I think probably the biggest play in this game, other than the 2 touchdowns, was the 4th down stop about 4 inches away from the first down at the 30-yard line by the Yellow Jackets.
Right, the Packers had a little momentum going at that time, Jim, and if they could have got that first down right there, who knows, they might have taken it on in, tied the ball game up, but it just wasn't meant to be, and the Yellow Jackets did a good job to stop them.
Here come the Packers with Wes Smith against the 7-8-man front defensively. They'll run the double reverse. No, they won't. It's a fake. It's a reverse fake, and boy, Huffman is going to be dropped far behind the line of scrimmage back at the 45-yard line. And they didn't fool the Yellow Jackets that time. I saw England and Bowles there, and Matt Fields is credited with the stop. And they didn't fool anybody that time. A loss of about
10-yard loss right there. And, you know, Jim, that's the only thing, you know, with this little league, with the reverse, if you maybe make a double reverse or something. But with the reverse right there, you probably fake them if you reverse the ball, because most of the guys, they think the ball's coming this way and they're going to play it that way. And you almost need to always make that handoff on the reverse, because very few times, you know, because you've got them coming this way and you're trying to get misdirection, and then they're not going to read it the other way, you know, unless a coach or something yells out and, you know, and confuses them.
3rd and 19. As here comes a pass, it is going to be incomplete. Broke it up beautifully as a pass from Smith intended for Huffman, and it was broken up by the Yellow Jackets. Brandon Burge, oh, he made a beautiful, beautiful deflection that time. The pass is incomplete.
He had a real good chance to intercept that ball right there, Jim, and it just went off his fingertips, but he did, like you say, did a good job to break up the play.
Congratulations to Barron County. They won 21-20 against Warren East. They're in the state playoffs. Probably, we've already know they're going to finish 3rd. Probably will go to Paducah Tillman, which will be a pretty tough test. That's not for sure, but that's probably what's going to happen.
That's not much of a reward for finishing 3rd.
No, it's not. Get on that bus, and that's the advantage right there. You know, the Scotties can win next week to wind up in 2nd place, not having to travel that first week.
Wes Smith's pass is caught, but Smith was forced out of the pocket at the 33. His pass was caught by Chris Brandon, but still I think they might have lost a yard or two. Timeout called for by the Packers, and is that their 2nd? That's their 1st. 2:25 left in this game. It's 13-0. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Championship game coming up between the Redskins and the Hornets. We'll be back in 30 seconds on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
The hottest movies are showing now at Highland 7 Cinema in Glasgow. Sylvester Stallone and Antonio Banderas star in Assassins, rated R, along with the thriller 7, rated R. Both shows at 1:35, 4:10, 6:50, and 9:15. Get in the spirit of the season with Halloween 6, each rated R with showtimes at 1:30, 4 o'clock, 6:50, and 9:15. The Big Green is rated PG with shows at 1:45 and 7 o'clock. Strange Days is the tale of conspiracy, murder, and betrayal, each rated R with showtimes at 4 o'clock and 9 o'clock. David Caruso stars in the thriller Jade, rated R with showtimes at 1:45 and 7:05. See Patrick Swayze and Wesley Snipes like never before in Tu Wong Fu, rated PG-13, showing at 4:15 and 9:10. Don't miss Anything in the Cupboard, rated PG with showtimes at 1:40 and 6:55. Devil in a Blue Dress is rated R and shows at 4:05 and 9:05. Demi Moore, Melody Griffith, and Rosie O'Donnell star in Now and Then, rated PG-13, with shows at 1:40, 4:05, 6:55, and 9:05. Call 678-1605 or 678-1607 for movie information from Highland 7 Cinema.
All right, here we go, Randall. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the Packers' 40-yard line with 2:25 left in this game. Bowles will give the football up. It's popped up in the air, rose down to the 37-yard line, and I think the Packers have it back with 2:18 left. Let's see if the Packers get the football back. They got it back. I don't know who recovered it.
Couldn't see who recovered it, Jim. There was a big pile of them right there, and I don't have any idea.
Packers have it back with 2:05 left, and they're going to have to hurry. I'm sure they'd like to get on the board here, but they've got some 68 yards. I'm sorry, about 62 yards, I think, at the 38, 1st and 10, with a minute 53 left. Smith with the backfield split behind him. They'll try the toss sweep as Huffman on the reverse gives it to the split end, and dropped back at the 30-yard line is Matt Buchanan. Matt Buchanan tackled, made the stop. Eric Abner got the football from Huffman, and Abner's dropped back at about the 31, loss of about 6 or 7 on the play, loss of about 8, Bruce says. So it's going to be 2nd down and 18, with a minute 23 left, and it looks like the Yellow Jackets are going to get a big victory here.
Well, it does, and big boost to finish up. I mean, they've had a long year, but to wind the year up here on a positive note, and we have another ball on the ground, and it's loose, and it appears that the Yellow Jackets may have recovered.
It was dropped at about the 30, and the Yellow Jackets do get it back at the 31-yard line with 59 seconds to go in this game. So we've had some hard hits. Shane Rump, he made the recovery.
Mr. Rump got the recovery right there, and it's been fumbleitis for both teams here.
Yeah, it has.
Last few minutes.
Timeout on the field, as I believe Coach Ream is going to, I said Coach Reed. Coach Ream is going to
You've been around
get some other ones.
Kaywood Alexander too much.
Yeah, been around all you fellas too much. You've got me wearing more blue every day. Now, Randall, let me again remind our listeners that Bob Brinker is going to air at 9 o'clock tonight with Money Talk here on WCLU. We want to emphasize that often because Money Talk normally airs between 3 and 5:30 here on WCLU. Of course, we have the Glasgow Baptist Church services coming up at 5:30 tonight here on 14 Karat Go. And tomorrow you can join Henry Royce with the early morning show, Dick Cheney with the mid-morning watch, Kevin Corbin with the afternoon show on 14 Karat Gold. And no telling what Golden Voice Royce is going to talk about on Tidbits tomorrow at 6:45 and 7:45. There's no telling, and trivia to boot.
I don't know where that guy comes up with those tidbits, but the funny thing about it, he and Paul Harvey seem to be on the same way.
Henry claims that Paul steals all of his tidbits.
Well, that could be the case. Henry's on earlier than Paul is, so he may be listening.
That's right. Here we go. 52 seconds left in this game. 1st down and 10 yards to go at the 32-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Up 13 to nothing. About to get a big win right here. And then we've got the championship game coming up. Ty Bowles will call the signals. Somebody jumped as the handoff will come to England. England is twisted down around the 30-yard line. Clock stopped with 46 seconds to go. I believe somebody moved on the right side for the Yellow Jackets. And that is the call. Randall, I'm serious, couldn't have asked for a nicer day. We're going to get some cold weather on a consistent basis before long, but it sure is a beautiful fall day in South Central Kentucky. Not a cloud in the sky. A little windy, but it's beautiful.
Had 3 or 4 real beautiful days last week, Jim, and then we had a cold front come through on Friday, and yesterday it was a little cool and windy, and today it's back to beautiful again.
Clock rose. Probably this will be the last play of the game. 30 seconds to go. It's going to be 1st and 15 for the Yellow Jackets at the 36 of the Packers. As Bowes calls a signal. So somebody crashed into him, and somebody did a good job. Was that Huffman who penetrated the offensive front?
Tristan Huffman,
Tell you what, he's played a good ball game. That's going to be the final play of this game, Randall, and the Yellow Jackets are going to come away with a 13-0 victory. Clock counts down with 5 seconds to go. I thought both of these teams played well. The Yellow Jackets just took advantage of some turnovers and got some big runs.
Got some big points when they needed them, Jim, and took the ball in early and got the 7-0 lead, and then there in the 4th quarter broke a big run to put a little icing on the cake, and they come away a winner 13-0 over the Packers.
We'll return with our activity during intermission. We'll look at some stats and then look at the starting lineups for the second game. Back in 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh, we want to do a trivia question. 651-9149 is the number to call. This is a famous college football theme. I want you to listen closely. You cannot win, Randall Cook. And the first person who gets this right wins a Big Mac from McDonald's. I want you to listen closely.
Yeah, sorry, there were technical difficulties beyond that.
Yeah, we're going to cut Randall's mic off here so he can't say anything. Here we go now, 651-9149. All right, now, 651-9149 is the number to call. What is the name of that outstanding college football team? Back in 1 minute on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Are you sick and tired of investing in certificate of deposits that have your money growing at a snail's pace? Well, pick 6 for a sure fix to your money's growth at South Central Bank. For a very limited time, South Central Bank is offering certificates of deposit with an annual percentage yield of 6%. You heard right, 6% APY. And this limited time offer is available on 18-month CDs, 24-month CDs, even 36, 48, and 60-month CDs. Do not pass up this opportunity to have your money earning the highest rate it can by taking advantage of South Central Bank's Pick 6 for a sure fix. 6% APY certificate of deposit. It's as easy as stopping in any office of South Central Bank. But hurry, an offer like this won't last long. South Central Bank, member FDIC. Substantial penalty for early withdrawal.
14 karat gold, WCLU. Randall, we're expecting a big battle right here between the Redskins and the Hornets.
Look like they're getting ready to square off, Jim, getting ready for the coin toss, but this is for the championship right here, and these teams have had some 2 good battles so far, and I'm sure this one today is not going to be any different.
Well, like I say, we're looking for an outstanding game right here in this second ball game, and the Redskins and the Hornets, this is for all the marbles, and I'm sure both of these coaches have talked quite a bit before this game, because most of the players were already here, and they've talked before this game. All of them are going out to the to midfield for the toss, and I know the coaches have explained to them how important this game is, and it's for all the marbles. But we'll run over the first half stats here real quick if you'd like. In the first half, we had we had an excellent ball game. There was only 2 penalties called, 2 5-yard penalties called in the game, one against each team. And the Yellow Jackets come out on top here in the first game, 13-0. The first score of the game was by Matt Buchanan on a 1-yard run. His time ran out in the first quarter. The extra point was added by Shane Rump. Here in the 4th period, with 5:40 remaining in the ball game, John England scampered 46 yards for a TD, and the extra point failed. And that makes the Yellow Jackets come out on top of this one, 13-0. total yards for the Packers were 41. Wes Smith had 4 carries for 7 yards. Eric Abner, 2 carries for 1 yard. Tristan Huffman had 13 carries for 10 yards, and Henry Hill 4 carries for 17 yards. They threw the ball 3 times. Huffman was 0 for 1. Wes Smith was 1 for 2. I take that back. They threw it 4 times. He was 2 for 3. Had 1 reception to Chris Branham for -2 yards, and Chris Hudman had 1 catch for 8 yards. For the victorious Yellow Jackets, Ty Bowe carried the ball 2 times for 3 yards. Matt Buchanan had 8 carries for 58 yards. John England had 6 carries for 57 yards. Shane Rump 4 carries for 18 yards. For a total of 139 yards. The Yellow Jackets did not put it in the air, and they had a total of 5 first downs. The Packers had 3. A very well played first ball game. We're looking for an exciting second ball game. I'm sure both of these teams are pumped up. They've had